All right, where am I? Where am I going? And look at it, it's 9:30 at night. What is happening? Hello, everybody. Did I already say I'm Lisa Fry, the Catholic unschooler, even though I'm not an unschooler anymore? It's crazy. Not only am I not an unschooler, I'm going to school soon. Oh, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Anyway, I just dropped off my friend Peter, who is... I'm sorry I'm in the dark. That's all you see is me. I guess I can do this, huh? Is that better? Hey! Hi, everybody. Yes. But the thing is, my husband, who is now with the Lord, has a friend, or had a friend, named Peter, who he went to school with when he was younger. And they lost touch. In the last year, my husband got back in touch with him, probably through Facebook or something like that. I met him once, and now I guess I reached out to him to tell him what happened to Steve, and you know, he came to his wake and everything, and now he's such a nice guy that I was like, oh my gosh, I want this man in my life. So, you know, he keeps inviting us around, and I invite him around now. So he came over, we watched a movie, and I just brought him home, and I'm going home now. And, you know, you go through these, I feel so terrible. I just want to say that to you. And I'm being honest because it is what it is. I just feel it's been a little over 2 months now that my husband's not around, and it's just, I have to keep on, let me shut the radio. I have to keep on saying to myself, it's like hitting a nail with a hammer, you know. Maybe you've already gone through this, maybe you're about to, God forbid, but maybe you are dealing with this right now, that when you lose your spouse, at least for me, it's like hitting a nail with a hammer, constantly pounding it in to myself, the realization, right? So always saying, is this really happening? Is my husband really dead? Like, is he dead? Like, he's dead? Like, I don't understand it. And I want to honor God in all of this, and I want to be a saint about it, because otherwise everything's like for nothing. Like, everything's in vain, you know? I want to be brave. I'm going to switch hands here. So you know what I mean? I want to be brave about things. And it's so difficult because you don't believe it. You're like, and it's not that you're saying you don't want to believe in God's will. You're just saying, I can't believe that my beloved is dead. Like, he's dead. Is he really dead? I have to keep saying it because I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it even still. I am not supposed to be, even though I am supposed to be, a single mother. No. 2 months ago, I was living my dream. I was living my life. We were living our lives together, helping my children thrive in my unschooling way. And now, I don't understand it. And I'm really trying to just pick up the pieces. And now it's like I was saying to Peter, it's like I feel like there's like a box, right? And you lifted up the box and you tipped it upside down, and picture all coins coming out, you know, and all the coins are going everywhere. And it's like, what? So I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I'm feeling very nervous because a lot of people, I was explaining to Peter again that, and to I saw a social worker. Did I tell you that already? Yeah, I've been seeing a social worker, just to make sure that it's for grieving, you know, make sure I'm doing the right thing and helping others, my kids, to do the right thing. But it's like being a football player, right? So the football player is on the ground and he has his whole, you know, the other team on top of him, right? That's what it feels like when this all began, or felt like when it all began. Everybody in our lives was on top of us, you know, making sure we were okay. And over time, you know, they got to live their own life. Things get back to normal for them, you know. They miss Steve too, and they're sad at times, and they check in. They were checking in like every second, so much so that it was embarrassing that my phone was ringing so much when I had the contractors over. It was constant. Then it started slowing down a little bit more. People come over and visit, here and there, and then it gets less and less over time, and that's normal. People have their lives to live, So I'm saying to myself, I could feel it in the last couple of nights that I hate when I see animals on the road and nobody ever picks them up, and they just kind of sit there. Weeks and weeks go by, and especially a little family of them. So I have a hair on my nose. Can you hold on a second? All right. Hope I got it. Anyway, so I noticed that the last, today especially, I don't think anybody called. I had my mother come over, and I called Peter. As you saw earlier, I did talk to you earlier. Rachel, I let her drive to her friend's house, and she stayed the night. So nobody called. I mean, my stepmother called. I talked to my father like that, but this whole checking in thing, and I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm going to tell you, I'm scared. I am scared because winter's coming, all the shoveling we have to do, and all the just, hopefully things don't leak in the house, and it's you're all alone. I mean, it's definitely, God's got my back. I mean, a priest gave me money today, and it's God still has my back. He's still taking care of the widow. It's just unbelievable. The amount of, and I also described, and maybe you understand this, I described what I'm going through. When a train is at the end of the line, like on Thomas the Tank Engine, I don't know if you've ever seen that. They're at the end of the line, and there's all the stations, right? All the different compartments, all the places that each train will go into, and they go park themselves in there. It's imagine seeing all of that, but each one represents your life in different things that you are trying to work on. So for me, it would be the repairs to the house, trying to find a career that I can go to school for, and then just going to school, and then trying to find a job, and finding out another one is working on the finances that you've never done before, and finding out a budget is another one, and then the kids and their education, and making sure that they do it every day, because it's a battle. It's not like they go, gee, I can't wait to do this on my own. No, my son doesn't necessarily do that 100%, so I'm always having to be on him. Does that make sense? So it's annoying, and so that's another aspect. And then our own souls, and then just a multitude of things, trying to find scholarships for widows so I can go to school. And it's constantly everything's on my mind, and until everything gets settled, I feel I can't really rest until I know exactly everything is in a row. I'm trying to place everything in a row right now. That's what's happening. So I can't 100% rest. It's always on my mind, So, and then when the Social Security benefits start dwindling, how am I going to make up for the loss of that? What am I going to do? So, and then the medical insurance, and you hope that they're not going to charge an arm and a leg, and so I feel I'm standing before all of these different train station not train stations, but those compartment, I don't know what they call those things. They park their train in there for the night, So, and I'm standing there looking at all of them, and I'm usually you just have one you're looking at. That's your life. Okay. This here, it's a multitude of things. And so when anybody in my life says, oh, just go Google this, or just go do that, it's huh? Another thing I gotta do? I thought I was gonna go pick a guy, my contractor guy that I want to go and do the windows and sidings for Monday, but now my father's telling me, you gotta go and you gotta go touch and feel those products that he's using. And I'm what? I thought that I could just pick him now. You told me I could do that. Now you want me to go and go and touch and feel the product? And that makes sense, but it's just another thing to do. I don't want to do anything else. Everything's nerve-wracking. It's and I was telling Peter, I'm I want to get married again. And people are no, why would you want to do that to yourself? Why? Because I am a wife. I have children. I have a family. Stephen's not coming back. He was there. Now he's not. Now there's an empty spot. there is an empty spot, and oops, sorry, I just dropped the phone. There is an empty spot, and I am waiting to fill that spot. That spot belongs to another man on this planet, I hope. Let me bless myself, Catholic Church. There it is over there. Can you see it? Not really, huh? Okay, so to me, that's my hope, is that God will allow me. It's true that I want to enter the religious life if nothing happens, or grow old as an 80-year-old woman making meatballs and pasta for my grandkids, you know. But I want a husband. I do, because I do and I don't. It's like all these mixed emotions everywhere. But I know that I have a family, and I know that there's an empty spot. I want a man that I fall in love with to say, I want to be a part of the Fry family. And that's just the bottom line. That's what I would like. Somebody who fits in there perfectly, that gets along with the kids, wants to help me thrive. Somebody who maybe didn't have the family that they wanted, and now we're here. We're here. So that's what I'm doing. Because Mr. Fry, I'm going to grieve no matter what. I'm going to go through different emotions. I'm going through different emotions no matter what, okay? I'm gonna probably cry a lot in front of my new husband one day, you know, however long that is from now. I'll always cry for Mr. Steve Fry. So the thing is, I'm always gonna be upset about it. All right, so, but in the meantime, I have my brain, and there's logic that says, you know, I'm not gonna just go pick some random man, you know. I'm not gonna pick some random man. I'm not. I'm gonna love him, and I will be a devout wife, and I will be loyal and subservient, and yeah. But there's a missing piece, and it's not normal and natural. I watched my mother and my very good friend go through being a single mother, and to me, it is very unnatural. It's not normal. I know that people do it all the time, but I look at that and it's not normal. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. It's very, very, very unnatural. It's not good. It's not good, especially for women. Maybe there are you guys, some of you are listening to this and you're like, oh, I'm fine without a man, and you're a single mother or whatever. I'm sure it gets easier for you over time, but I personally, and maybe you're like this too, it is not normal. Not in my life. I want to be taken care of. I want my children to be taken care of by both me and a father, or a father figure. And there's nothing wrong with that. Look at Saint Joseph, right? He was not the father of Jesus. He was the foster father. Even God knew that it was good for a man to be, because the Holy Spirit is really the spouse of Jesus' mother, who is Our Lady Mary, the Blessed Mother. So even God said you have to take care of them, and he was older and he took care of them. That was his job, you know, taking care of the Holy Family. And that's what I want. I want a man that I fall in love with to belong. And people say, oh, it's too soon. Well, obviously I'm not going to go just, hey, you want to marry me? You have to fall in love, right? Of course. But the thing is, I am not, so I don't know if you heard me say this before. Steve had a friend who got married within 6 months of his wife dying, and I was like, what? He must not really love her. He must have not really loved her if he married her that fast, you know. And it's not true. It is not true. It is, when you're on the outside looking in, you would think that, but it is absolutely, it's so ignorant of me to think that, and it's so ignorant for other people to think that. The thing is that you are always going to love your spouse forever and ever and ever. So should that person have to stay single forever? No. So I disagree. You do have to be careful because you're vulnerable in this moment, so you really don't want to make the wrong choices. So you do want to think logically and responsibly with when you're choosing someone in your life, you know. But I'm waiting for God to bring that man into my life, and I'm looking forward to it, and that's what I want. I want a man, but it has to be respectful, of course. Do you know what I'm saying here? I hope you do, because if you are going through this, and maybe you're a husband or a single dad, maybe you're used to having your wife there. When you are married, you're used to it. This is your empire. It's like having a business and a coworker, dies, and there's a position open and you have to fill it. That's what it is. And I'm not saying it's not minus love. Of course I'm not saying that. I'm just talking to you in that sense, because I want you to understand, like, my foundation of what a family looks like in my mind. And right now my family's broken. My children need a man. You got to see how happy they get when they see Steve's friend Bobby and Billy. Oh my gosh, they get so complete. The joy is back. It's like, it's complete. It is so complete that the pain subsides so much, because they were very close friends of Steve's and us. They vocalize it. They're like, oh my gosh, So I need to find, well, God. When I say I don't mean I mean, sometimes I guess I'm kind of proactive in that way. I'm always, my eyes are peeled all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get really super healthy as much as I can without being depressed, because a lot of times you just want to eat your sorrows away. But I'm going to try to be more proactive with getting my health back, try to lose some weight, and, put myself on the market, in the radar, because sales will go up when I know it sounds shallow, but I do not mean it in a shallow way whatsoever. You have to understand this. Do you understand? All right. I'm just saying that I think that my chances of meeting Mr. Right will be higher if I take care of myself versus if I don't. I mean, who's going to want that? So you have to take care of yourself, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm being proactive all around, and you guys help me so much with just talking to you. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe you shut this off in 4 minutes, whatever. That's fine. By me being with you helps me feel like I have somebody here. I'm so alone and so lonely and so frazzled and so fearful, but then there are times of peace, and then you can get in your right frame of mind again, and you're hoping your car will just keep working, and you're just hoping that I can afford school, and I just hope so many things. I hope I can give my kids, a good, Seth's birthday's coming up, and you just hope that you can give your kids what they need and what they desire, and love and peace of mind. And being alone in my home without my husband feels very, very frightening. It does. It feels so uneasy, so unnatural. I don't like it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even care what you say if you think that I'm thinking badly, and because my intentions are not to think badly. It's to repair what has been lost, but of course not in an untimely fashion. It all has to be with God. It all has to be natural. So just letting you know where my head is at in this moment, and I want to be loved. I do. I want to be loved, and I want my kids to be loved, and I want to love. I was feeding the furnace guy breakfast, okay? It just felt great to feed a guy, to feed a man sitting at my table, because that's what I've done for 17 years, like when my mother-in-law says, I don't know how to cook for a small crowd, after she was an empty nester. It's true. You don't know how, and it's not fun. So God has plans for me. It's plans to prosper me and our children. So I don't know what that means. Does it mean a man in my life? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe he has nobody in my future, and that's all right. What are you gonna do? I have to be brave, with God's grace. So, all right, I'm gonna go in the house, and I'm going to edit this video, and I'm gonna go look for widow scholarships. Okay, so please pray for me that I can find a nice scholarship, or many of them that, excuse me, that will help pay for my schooling. All right, God bless you all. Remember that God is good all the time. All the time. All right, and I will see you, God willing, tomorrow. And you know, I ask you all the time to please pray for me and my children and Mr. Fry. Please. Let's say it now. Ready? Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon him, and may he rest in peace. Amen. Thank you. I really mean it when you say that with me. It's just like, yes. But you people are so encouraging to me. I don't even know you, and you are so gracious. I know you're just watching television and, you know, making comments, but when you encourage me like the way you do, you are carrying me through. Okay, you're one of those aspects in my life that I have the people like my family, I have the people like my friends that I actually see and touch and spend time with, and then there's this like unknown mystery in the world that is you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, which is extremely, extremely deep, especially right now. Especially right now. So when you pray for me, please, when you go live your life and you are out there and you're thinking, oh, let me just go live my life, and I might think of Lisa or I might not. I want you to please don't forget to say a prayer. Even if you just say Jesus, you think of me, you say Jesus. That's all. Okay? Or Blessed Mother, or, you know, or any kind of, you know, make the sign of the cross for me. I really mean that, because I need you. I need your special prayers, because that grace that you're sending my way, I need it. I need it. Oh, did I tell you? I don't think I said anything. I am starting a new channel. I have to figure out how to get the artwork up, you know, on the page, on the front page there. I am starting a new channel to make a business. Yes. Because I want, as I'm going through what I'm going through, I want to help other people. I can help you with anxiety. I can help you with depression. I can help you with marriage. I can help you. I am very confident in the marriage one. Wow. I can only tell you what I'm doing as far as anxiety and depression is right now. I can help you with your friendship. If you're struggling with something, I can help you with your family life. I can just be a good listener. I can cheer you on. I'm a great cheerleader. Actually, I was never a cheerleader in school, but I missed my calling. I even had a pom-pom in my wedding. All right, I made a pom-pom because I married Mr. Fry. I was like, woohoo! So I know how to cheer people on. I can give you advice as far as spiritual guidance. So I can be there for you. And I am also going to charge people. So I'm going to make short videos on these topics, as I do right here. And I also am going to run my own business. And if you would like my time, maybe you're struggling, you want somebody to talk to, I'm going to offer my services for a fee. Try to be reasonable. I had Sarah, my daughter, my 10-year-old, help me to come up with the amount. You know, it's not going to be too much where you go, what? And it's not going to be too small, but kind of in the middle. So I'll let you know as soon as I can figure out how to get this artwork up, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it, you know. I got to think of a business, and I want to do it well, and I know that I have services that I can help people, because I am extremely, I think a lot, I do a lot. I can help. I can help you if you're one of those people that need help. All right, so God bless you. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Please keep praying.